NBA Cup in the East.
We didn't even get to the predictions.
Bucks versus
Orlando.
the Magic.
I'm going to take the Bucks to win
I'm
this
going
one.
with the Bucks too.
I'm taking the Bucks too. Yeah, they've been playing really good basketball. We talked about it. We talked about how great, of course, Giannis is having like another historical career year. Gary Trent's been shooting well.
Again. Right now, I think they're around 13, 14 defensive
Doc Rivers
rating.
got them running around, playing for him.
Yes, I will give him his
Playing
respect.
for him.
Torian Prince, too. He's been playing good ball.
Darvin Ham out there.
Fucking
This is a little
pockets.
redemption year we're having with the Bucks.
Hey, I've been very vocal on that. If Darvin Ham knows one thing, it's how to win that NBA
Bucks
Cup.
are making out the first round.
I don't know yet.
Wasn't this your championship team?
Dark horse.
I'll be honest, bro. Doc Rivers can't get out of the first round with fucking Giannis.
Well, it depends.
I don't hear nothing about Doc.
If they're hurt, then no.
If Giannis is healthy.
If Giannis is healthy and Middleton's not there, they still need to win a first-round playoff series.
Yeah.
Yes.
No. Yeah, I think the Bucks, like I said, if the Bucks are playing at their best and they're healthy, they're shooting well, they can match up almost against anybody.
I do like how they're playing without Middleton. Like, that's actually
He should be back.
And when
soonish,
Middleton coming back, is going to help them even more.
But you cannot rely on it.
No.
You can't rely on him to stay on the court consistently. But when he's on the court, he's a great basketball player.
I'm going with the Bucks.
Yes.
Knicks versus Hawks. Little rematch of
taking the
2021.
Knicks.
Yeah,
There's
I'm
no
going
way
to
I'm-
the Knicks.
I'm
There's-
Yeah,
The Hawks,
going
though,
with the Knicks, too.
NBA Cup time comes around. They beat the Cavs. They beat the Celtics without
Yep.
fucking... I mean, they step up.
I don't know if it was... I don't think it was you. It might have been you and Riv sleeping on Jalen Johnson. He's been a dog.
Oh, I did say he needed a hater.
You did say that.
I did.
He's been amazing.
He's been great.
He's averaging over 20 a game. He's been efficient, shooting the three ball efficiently, 37%. He has been fantastic. Anything you could have asked for from him in this year and this next year where we anticipated him to be an MIP, he's been better than that. He's been so great.
Now in the Western Conference,
This is where it gets fun.
we have the Mavericks facing off
fucking
against
Thunder.
OKC.
Fucking PJ's going to have a fucking amazing
I
ball
already
game.
know what's going to happen. The Mavericks going to win, and OKC fans going to say it's because Chet didn't play. And maybe that's fair because they don't have their fully healthy squad. But what this game is going to show, and what the Mavericks have been showing as recently, is that there was a point in time where I was genuinely concerned about Luka's future in Dallas, if they could ever build competent teams around him. Nico Harrison has been one of the best GMs in basketball. He traded Dinwiddie and Dorian Finney-Smith and a pick for Kyrie Irving. You trade in the middle of the year for Daniel Gafford and PJ Washington. They drafted Derek Lively, traded up to get Derek Lively. And then this offseason, you signed Najee Marshall after losing Derrick Jones Jr., and you steal Quentin Grimes from the Pistons. It was a salary dump, and the Mavericks got who once was one of the better 3-and-D guards in the league. They got him for nothing, and now he's playing outstanding with the Mavericks.
Amazing. This
is the best Mavericks roster that Luka has ever had. You have Kyrie, Luka, PJ, Daniel Gafford. I'm missing Klay Thompson. I didn't even mention that signing
Because he's the last person on this list right now.
That he hasn't even been the best signing for the Mavericks this offseason.
As we said.
But you have Klay Thompson.
That's my W. I don't give a fuck.
You have Derek Lively, Najee Marshall.
Yep.
They're deep.
Spencer Dinwiddie is now
said PJ?
playing well. Quentin Grimes. I did say PJ is one of the first names I mentioned
bad.
because, he moves the needle for a lot of people, including myself, but not my co-host here. He doesn't move the needle for him. And I think I'm
You're a
missing a
needle
couple...
mover if you can go and bring your team to a championship and win it, actually.
I think I'm missing a couple players. Like, the Mavericks genuinely might be 10, 11 deep. Like, they're that deep of a roster.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go and take Oklahoma City to still win this game. I respect what's been going on in Dallas. I've been very vocal about it. PJ Washington's been playing some excellent basketball. Najee Marshall is going to miss this upcoming game because of an illness. He's been playing some really great basketball. I've highlighted that the last time we spoke about them. Quentin Grimes has been playing great, shooting the ball great. The defense has been still really good for them. You have Derek Lively. You have Derek Lively and Daniel Gafford holding it down in the front court. That is one of the better duos, especially defensively. And now you get Luka back. But what we haven't spoken about enough, I fear, is how much Kyrie Irving has held the ship together while Luka had missed time. He'd been super efficient, 50, 40, 90 type of player, super efficient, amazing offensive engine. Of course, that also goes in hand with what PJ Washington had done while Luka had been out. You have to give him his respect there. But in this matchup, I'm just going to take the more complete team. Isaiah Hartenstein's been playing great basketball. He's not Chet Holmgren, but defensively, he's still an amazing amazing center. On top of it, he's an excellent connector. J-Dub's been playing some great ball. Obviously, he showed you the versatility he has as a defender. SGA is still SGA, one of the best players in the game. I don't care what you have to say, Mr. Dels.
He's a good defender.
Hopefully, Caruso can suit up. He's missed the last few games with this hip injury. That's been a bummer. Of course, we know how great he is on the defensive side. And he was starting to figure it out offensively, actually getting to the basket, because that's what you should do, just not be a stretch player. That's not how Caruso is. He is capable of handling the basketball. But when you're on OKC, that's not your job. Your job is to play defense. And he's been doing that at a high level. But hopefully he'll be able to suit up. If not, I'll still take OKC, even though they are the more banged up squad.
I'm taking Dallas. Dallas has been one of, if not the best team in basketball, even without Luka Doncic. PJ Washington has been nothing short of sensational. I mean, it almost feels like he's taken but he's taken an offensive leap. This is about as refined as I've seen PJ Washington. He's able to attack closeouts. He could hit the 3-point shot. He's just what he brings to just kind of like a mental toughness and kind
dog.
of grittiness that he brings on the defensive side of the ball. He's been sensational. Of course,
very tough.
We know what Luka and Kyrie can do, but you mentioned Joel, and so have you. The role players that they have are great, right? We talk about Boston, we talk about OKC. They have some of the best role players in the NBA, but what Nico Harrison's been able to put together, they have to be, if not in that tier, it's just one tier below. Because Quentin Grimes, the year he's having, talked about PJ, we know what the bigs can do. Klay Thompson's not having the best shooting season, but I think at some point, that'll be maybe even out like 36-ish, 37% at some point.
Let me ask you a question. I've called PJ Washington bad. Have I ever said he's not good at basketball?
Said he's...
All I've said was
not a needle
that
mover.
needle mover shit has stuck for a year.
That's
now.
really it.
Yeah.
All I said, he's not a needle mover. He's been
a needle mover?
Who's a needle?
What's a player that you would describe
needle mover?
Is Denny Advia a needle mover?
No. Who has been traded that has led to a championship?
Well, PJ
Derek
Washington.
White.
It took a couple of years.
That's a needle mover for sure. Getting Drew Holiday, that's a needle mover. Let's go to... Well, he did it twice, actually, because he went to Milwaukee and was a needle mover.
So wait, PJ Washington goes to Dallas and they make the finals.
That's a needle mover, in my opinion.
Does it have to be a team that goes on a championship run?
They just have to win a championship.
That's moving the needle for me.
But the Mavericks, they were not seen as a competitive playoff team. Then PJ and Gafford come and they make the finals.
What was one of their main issues before the trade deadline, if you remember?
Wing defense and center play.
But mostly... they allowed an insane amount of points in the paint.
They didn't have any defensive stoppers.
Agreed. That's why I loved getting Daniel Gafford. Daniel Gafford is one of the best shot blockers, and you pair that with Derek Lively.
Bro, PJ is nice.
And I've never said otherwise.
Did we not just see the game where PJ is guarding John Moran in space and he's making life tough on him?
An amazing
He's a
defender.
double machine every night.
He's been great.
10 rebounds.
He's on a heater right now.
And he can play make.
If he continues to do this for the rest of the season, I will shut the fuck up.
But what he is like a 15-6-4 player. That's what he is.
With high level defense.
Yeah, that's essentially what he's been his entire career.
Is that not what Aaron Gordon is?
Is he?
Around that. Maybe a couple more rebounds.
I guess. I don't know.
Josh Hart a needle mover?
It's just really hard because I get it. I don't think PJ last year, I wouldn't have called him a needle mover, but for the bar to be, you have to trade for X player and then win a championship.
I've seen it happen how many times?
Is Josh Hart a needle mover?
What, 1 or 2 needle movers per season then?
He's turning that way. He's been unbelievable.
Yeah, I know.
Who's been better, PJ or him?
I think Josh Hart has been better.
He's been insane.
But I also think they're in a pretty similar tier. And my definition of a needle mover is just a player who can come to your team and make a significant difference.
I think
that's what PJ.
I think him and Gafford have done that for sure.
Yeah,
it's a package deal for me. Personally.
But they can win without Gafford and with PJ.
Season?
This season's been
this
PJ.
season's been PJ. Okay. Oh my god, I'd be fucking lying if I said that. I watched
last season. It was Gafford.
I think both of them were equal level for me personally.
PJ, I mean that. OKC
I say that
series.
because Lively also was banged up.
Yeah.
And then you needed Gafford in his absence. Even still this season, I would say the same thing where you need that reassurance. And I've been very vocal on this for basically the entire time I've been on this podcast. Having one is great. Having two is a luxury. Mm-hmm. You have 2 high-level rim protectors. That's why you have to respect that front court defense of the Dallas Mavericks. But of course, I have to give PJ his flowers this year because he's been holding it down on the defensive side with Najee Marshall more than anything else. And it's just icing on the cake that he's been able to also provide on the offensive side. That's where I don't know if we'll see this consistently, because I did see it last year where the defense was still there, but the offense fell off a fucking cliff.
Well,
He was brought in there to play defense, though.
Yeah, that's his number one role.
Yes, but he's been giving you a lot more offense this
I'm not
year.
saying that he shouldn't, like, of course he should hit open shots.
No, but you shouldn't be like shooting 40% from the field and 24% from three. That's something you shouldn't do.
Caruso's a needle mover?
No,
He can be.
he's not. They haven't won a
If
championship.
PJ
Agreed.
is
I
not,
said he
then
can be.
Caruso's not.
I said he can be. Can PJ? Can he? Yeah, he can be.
So you didn't. So when
I'm giving PJ the opportunity.
The fine details
when
we have to get to.
No,
here.
but like needle mover, like what are we essentially
I just
saying
think the bar's too
classifies
high
as?
for a needle
when
mover.
OKC
For
signed,
me.
when OKC traded for Caruso,
So we
you
just
didn't-
call out fucking needle movers left and right.
No.
How many needle movers are there in
needle
the NBA?
movers are high impact role
100?
players.
I think I am closer to Joel's definition than your definition. It's if you
It's
can
a high
get
impact
traded
role
to a
player.
team and you make a significant impact to that team, you're a needle mover. You don't have to win a championship. One team wins a championship. That means last year, I guess Drew Holiday did get traded in the offseason. There was one needle mover in the entire
OG
NBA.
Anunoby was a needle mover for the Knicks last year, right?
I would
definitely
fucking say
was.
so.
Yeah.
I mean, they lost 3 games.
They also didn't make the championship.
Well, you could also coincide it with him getting hurt.
Yeah, but do you think the Knicks are going to make it with him?
I don't know. That was a great team. Will they beat the Celtics? I don't think so.
No, I think PJ is really good.
He's great.
PJ is really good.
He's been playing great.
Siakam was a needle mover.
Dude, they were one of the worst defenses in the league. He gets there, and now they're one of the best.
They didn't win a championship.
And on top of it, now he's their best player.
He is.
So yeah, I would
Last year,
say that.
Last year, I'm saying. They didn't win a championship, though.
But he was their best player. Is PJ the
didn't win a
Mavs best
championship.
player?
I said this isn't.
So there's no needle movers.
That's what I'm asking you.
But that's why I'm asking. How many needle movers are there?
I think any given year,
But Pascal's not no fucking role player.
5 maybe.
We
I don't
can't
know,
call
depends
Pascal's
on
not a role player.
No,
he's
he's
not.
a star.
But I mean, you just said that Drew Holiday was a needle mover for the Celtics. I agree, he was. So was Derek White. He developed into that.
Same thing with Hartenstein.
And they're hollow role players. And Drew Holiday, you can classify as a star, but he took a back seat with the Celtics.
Yeah. I need him to lock in on those corner threes, man. He's at like fucking 30% this year.
And we need PJ to lock in on those wing threes.
Yeah, about the
I said in the offseason that it's hard for a team that made the finals to get better. And that's what the Mavericks did. I think I don't care about what record they finish with or if they don't make the finals again. I think this team is better than last year's team.
They got to make the finals.
Do you
buddy.
have to make the finals?
Got to make finals. You can't have
To say I don't care is ridiculous.
if you have a top 5 player in the world. A lot of people think top 3 player with Luka Doncic. You have one of the best co-stars in Kyrie Irving, and you have one of the best supporting casts in the NBA. You should make the finals.
I agree. And I think the Mavericks are going to be one of the last teams standing. With that being said, OKC also got significantly better.
Absolutely.
So that's why, like, you can get better, but other teams around you could get better. The Knicks got better, but then the Heat got fucking LeBron James. It's like, okay, how are we going to beat them?
The Celtics are the same, to be fair. The Knicks did get significantly better. I would argue they got significantly better as well. Yeah. Now in the West, when we talk about the Mavs and OKC, I think that the Mavericks got better. I wouldn't say significantly. I would argue, like we've said like I said in the offseason, I agree with what you just said. I think OKC got significantly better.
But
You
that
see what
matchup, I
Hartenstein
still.
I
don't
think
know.
with Hartenstein now, you have an actual big body center. Not that Chet is soft. He's not. He's not at all. He's just not strong as Hartenstein is. Hartenstein's not going to get bullied the way that Chet got bullied by Derek Lively. That's not going to happen. That's where I look at that, and that'll be the difference for me.
I still think that series is a toss-up.
And J-Dub's going to play better. I'm willing to guarantee that.
He should.
Unless
Luka-
PJ takes that assignment.
Luka will probably also play better.
See, but that's the thing. You know what PJ's assignment's going to be this year? It's not J-Dub. It's going to be SGA.
He's ready.
So let's see it. Because now J-Dub's not going to have PJ on him, and PJ did a hell of a job on him. Now it's going to be PJ on SGA. I'm willing to guarantee SGA still balls the fuck out.
It's SGA.
And of course. And then what's going to happen with J-Dub? Now it's going to be on Najee.
I guarantee you, though, now J-Dub is like, I don't have to have this
I'm not going to
6'7"
disagree.
demon on me.
I'm not going to disagree. He definitely is a little bit more happy that he doesn't have to see him, but he sees Najee Marshall, and he's probably feeling a little bit more comfortable.
Now, Western Conference NBA Cup predictions. Mavericks, OKC. I got the Mavericks.
I'll take OKC here.
I got the Mavericks.
And now we have the Rockets versus the Warriors. The young pups versus the old dogs.
I got the Rockets. This is the second best team record-wise in the Western Conference. They just went and beat OKC. I know no Chet, but the confidence they're playing with, how deep they are.
True.
Golden State's fallen off a little bit. The
5-game losing streak.
The hot start they got off to was hot. Beat Boston, right? They went on this crazy run where they looked like one of the best teams in basketball. They have cooled down significantly. I feel like the Rockets are trending up. Golden State is trending down. I got the Rockets here.
I'm going to take the Rockets as well. It would be hilarious comedy if the Warriors just decide, hey, snap our losing streak.
I hope not.
In the NBA Cup,
Fucking
we're going
hate
to
those
upset
guys.
the Rockets. I'm going to take the Rockets, though. I think defensively, they've just been so sound. That's been one of the main stories of this season so far. And just going up against a team that simply just it's lost its juice. And it just seems that way with the Golden State Warriors. I'm going to take the hottest team arguably right now in the NBA. Give me the Rockets.
I'm going with Alperen Şengün. I'm going with the Houston Rockets. This is going to be a
Taking
clean
Alfie over
sweep.
Curry.
Yes. I mean, hey, no, right now, what's going on? I'm taking Alperen Şengün. Now, we could complete this bracket. In the Eastern Conference, we have all the answers were not the same. We all did pick the Knicks, though. The Knicks versus, we all picked the Bucks?
We did pick all of them.
Okay, so Knicks versus Bucks. Who wins that?
I'm going to be honest. There isn't a day I'm picking against the New York Knicks. Give me those New York Knickerbockers.
I got the Knicks too. The Bucks have been playing better. 1-6 against teams over 500. Until they beat a team of the Knicks caliber, I'm going to bet against them.
I'm picking the Knicks as well. Then in the West, we have the Rockets versus potentially OKC.
You guys outmatch
the
me.
Mavericks.
We'll go with the Mavs in your situation.
I would take the Mavs over the Rockets right now.
The Rockets always play the Mavericks tough. That's the tricky part about this. And I could see the Rockets winning, but I mean, if Luka's healthy, Kyrie's healthy, they're all playing, I'm going with the Mavericks.
Hey,
I
if you get past OKC, I'm impressed. Even if the OKC is banged up, I'll probably take the Mavs to win that game too.
And I already saw on Twitter your pick to win the NBA Cup. Are you sticking with it in this matchup?
I think the Knicks are winning the NBA Cup. I think the Knicks are actually built for these hot stake leverage moments.
Okay, I got the Mavs winning. I think they're playing top three teams in basketball right now. Shout out to the Knicks. They've been playing great too, but I mean, the way that Dallas has been playing has been a little bit different.
Dallas is moving him.
No, it's moving him a lot, and I get it.
They're
I
a good fucking
understand.
team.
They've been playing great basketball.
Hey, move me.
Hey, they've been moving me too. I'd be lying to you if I said they weren't. They've been playing excellent basketball and did it without Luka. That is really, really excellent. That being said, the Knicks have been playing amazing basketball, and seeing Mikal start to figure it out very slowly but surely, that's leaving me optimistic. And Jalen Brunson starting to get back to Jalen Brunson levels of basketball. You have that paired with OG and Cat, who have been excellent this season. I'm going to go with the best offense in the league. Even though the Mavericks, they found a way to get back to top 4 offense while Luka's been out.
Yeah.
Do they need him?
Of course.
But give me the Knicks to take the whole thing.
The Mavericks are 5-1 without Luka this year, and they beat the Knicks without Luka. Like, they blew them out. Quentin Grimes had an exceptional game. So did Najee Marshall. The Mavericks also beat the Nuggets without Luka. Like, this has been a team that's been able to beat some high quality of opponents without Luka.
Sometimes you have to come back to the mean.
It's true.
So I'm going with the Knicks, but the Mavericks, they scare me.
Last thing I'll say is, and I can't wait for Riff to be here, and he knows it too. His whole big claim about the Dallas Mavericks getting significantly better, he must have spoken about Klay Thompson for 25 minutes. I'll just leave it at that.
He is probably their least impactful signing so far.
And that's why I have no problem tipping my cap to Najee and Quentin Grimes. Not a lick of that was spoken while we were having that debate. I'm completely okay with that.